Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert. This is such a great opportunity for you to listen to this message today. So sit back, open your heart, and get ready to receive.
You're invited to join the CSL Palm Desert and GTC practitioners today, March 14th at noon, as Dr. James Mellon leads our virtual healing circle. A healing circle is a sacred circle composed of music, prayer, and inspirational words for guidance and healing. The purpose of this ceremony is to support one another and to deepen our consciousness for each other's healing. Bring your heart, as we will hold it for you. This event will be on Zoom and no registration is needed. To access this special event, simply click on the banner on the website. Monday, Dr. James Mellon continues the class at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time featuring Raymond Hollywell's book, Working with the Law. This week, The Law of Receiving. Mark your calendars and join Dr. James at 10 a.m. Tuesday, Reverend Cheryl will be your guide as she discusses and teaches Spiritually Validating Your Life. Removing the Blocks. This moving class begins at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Tuesday, March 16th. On Wednesday, it's All for One, and this week's topic of discussion, what is consciousness? A topic often misunderstood. Gain clarity and perspective on this journey with Reverend Dale and other staff ministers beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific. Thursday, Dr. Laura begins her highly attended book study. This study is The Dynamic Laws of Healing. Take control and tap into your power to heal. Book studies with Dr. Laura are in such demand and well attended because the classes are interactive and the books are read and discussed together during a class. Block out the hour from 10 to 11. The dividends are priceless. Saturday, join our staff ministers for a 30-minute journey through a guided meditation. It goes live at 10 a.m. Saturday morning and then remains on demand throughout the day. Quiet time is so valuable for growth, healing, and spiritual nurturing. Please join us. For these and all the other offerings, we invite you to go to the CSL website at cslpalmdesert.org and click on the banners or visit the calendar for all that is happening at the center.
This is the time in our service when we do our mission statement, so please join me. We are a dynamic, open, positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives, one heart at a time. Now we're going to go into our meditation. So please get comfortable wherever you are and just allow yourself to immerse yourself into the beauty of this world and allow yourself to just breathe in everything, all the love, all the peace, all the serenity and the joy. Just allow yourself to be.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done and everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, and everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to this new beginning, here and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
And now I know within me that there is one power, that there is one source of all creation, and that I am a divine expression of this power, that I am continually, always existing in the beautiful love of God, that I am immersed in this love, and I am immune to anything that is occurring in the world or outside of me. It is an inside job. Everything is just unfolding in perfect divine right order, and I know that my life is full of expression and peace and joy and creativity. Everything is unfolding, I know, in perfect order. And I just now am so full of gratitude and joy for all that is occurring in my life and all that is occurring around me, knowing that this is my creation. This is what I embody and what I am. And so I release my word to the law, knowing it's already done. It's already so. It's already in the mind of God. And so it is. Amen.
Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your joy will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your peace will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your truth will light my way. And your love will light my way. And your joy will light my way. And your peace will light my way. And your truth will light my way. Om Shanti. Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, yeah, for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Say it now. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's go to joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Now go back to God. God is my source. Yeah, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Just that last line. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need. Everything. When I don't know what to do, God gives me everything. When I'm feeling so alone, God gives me everything. When I'm going a little crazy with isolation, God gives me everything. Every day now. Everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Yeah, so I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything that I need. Everything. Everything.
Many of you might recognize this basket. This is how we used to collect your financial gifts when we came together in person. Well, since we're not here together in person, we have different ways of giving financial gifts to our center. One is through your phone. You can text us, you can go through our website and give any denomination of money that you would like to give to us. And believe me, we appreciate it all. You can also bring your gift to the office, or you can mail it in, or just call. We take credit cards as well. There's so many ways to give. And I just want to take a moment to thank you for giving your financial good to our center, because we cannot do it without you. Your gifts allow us to be here virtually. It allows us to pay our office staff. It allows us to have the lights on. So anything that you can give to us is greatly appreciated, because this is all about about giving and receiving. It's about expanding ourselves. It's about inspiration. It's about living in that abundance that we love to live in. So please give in any way that you can. And now while you take a moment to figure out how you're going to give, I'm just going to bless us all. So join me in just knowing that whatever is on our heart to give is perfect, because it allows us to show our appreciation for the spiritual inspiration that was given to us and will be given to us throughout our time together. And so what I know is that as we give, so we receive. And energy is spirit. And that energy comes through our financial prosperity. It comes through our love, through our light. And so as we come together through divine reciprocity, I am knowing that as we are giving our financial good, so we are receiving it in every way in our lives. Bless you all, and thank you.
It's another beautiful Sunday here in the desert. So my talk title today is called I Have To versus I Want To. Many times in life we feel obligated to do something and we don't feel compelled. We feel the only thing that's compelling us to do something is because of a sense of obligation or guilt or even fear or anxiety if I don't do something. But I want to kind of transform that idea into I have to versus I want to. I want to be able to step forward in my life and do things. I'm going to be talking about the context of this in relationships, because I think in relationships many of them are fear-driven and they're driven out of obligation and guilt instead of motivated by love. Okay, so let's cover that today. My first slide, here we go. Compassion comes from respect and from love. Feeling sorry comes from a lack of respect and fear. So if I'm feeling sorry for someone, in a way, and this comes from Don Miguel Ruiz. I was reading his books recently. So Don Miguel Ruiz says this. He says, we have to be really careful, because if we're feeling sorry for someone, we're really not respecting them or coming from a place of confidence and love. We're actually coming from a place of lack of respect and fear. Now, that doesn't mean we can't be compassionate. Compassion comes from love. See, if I feel sorry for you, basically what it's saying is I don't respect you, and I believe that you're not capable of making a good decision for yourself and in the direction of your dreams. So the key is not to feel sorry for you, but to feel compassion. Because we know, oh, I feel so sorry for him, I feel so sorry for her, I feel so sorry for you. That's not the right emotional structure we want to come from. We want to come from a place that says, I see you and I feel you, and I want to empathize with you and hold you up and love you through this. Because if I'm feeling sorry for someone, I'm not getting to the place with my emotional energy to help them transition into a better emotional energy. Love is completely responsible. Fear avoids responsibility. When you come from a place of love, it is completely responsible. Many times when we come from fear, we're always pointing fingers at someone else and not taking responsibility, which in itself is taking a responsible position, but not for yourself, trying to blame it on someone else. You're not taking responsibility for your own participation in something. Love is completely responsible. Love is completely responsible. Fear avoids that responsibility and places blame. Anger. Let's talk about some of the anger, some of the emotions, some of the masks that we wear all the time. Anger is a mask. Sadness is a mask. Jealousy is a mask. We spend a lot of times wearing masks instead of being happy. And think about that. When we're having conversations with people, or whether it's friendships or intimate relationships or family, whatever that is, many times we have a mask that we wear and people can't see the authentic, true love that's behind it. And we put these masks up and it prevents us from experiencing good in our life. The key is here in 1,000 relationships. You and I were in thousands of relationships with I'm in a relationship with my dry cleaner. I'm in a relationship with any of my contractors or this staff. I'm in a relationship with so many people. It's impossible not to be in a relationship with people. And I am no less than 1/2 of that relationship. No less and no more. I am 50%. It's interesting, a few weeks past, Reverend Cheryl, I think, was on one of her Wednesday shows, and she referenced a ceremony, a marriage ceremony that she witnessed. And she was talking about how in my marriage ceremonies, I don't like using a unity candle. I don't like when the two people take their candle and they light one and then they blow out the other one. I'm like, what is that? That means you're blowing out your own individuality, your own personal position and dreams of yourself. They don't all become one. The two people are stronger when they walk side by side together. That's what I'm talking about, all right? So we want to make sure that we don't lose ourselves in anyone or in any situation. Rather, we stand and authorize our 50% of our loving experience. No matter how much you think you're responsible for someone you know, you're only half. That's hard, because many times in our life, we want to take full responsibility for the people we love. I need to be totally responsible for the outcome of their decisions. I need to be totally responsible for the way their life unfolds. I have to be engaged in that responsibility. As a parent, we all think that at times. And as a husband and as a wife, I'm sure we feel those emotions. But no matter how much we want to take over that idea, we're really only half of it. And we have to allow the other person their half of their expression, their half of their full expression, if you will. And let them take responsibility for that. And here's one of the things that I wanted to share. No one was with me or with you when you wrote your paradigm and your belief system, all right? No one really can say they know what you're thinking, because no one has really been there with you your whole life except you. So while we can relate to people and while we can look at them and think, oh, I think I know what they're thinking, we weren't there when they wrote their book, when they wrote their paradigm, when they created it. So when we are trying to analyze how someone else is responding, we're analyzing from our book and our paradigm, not theirs. And so we have to be very careful not to impose our belief and paradigm on someone else as they evolve into the greatest person that they can be. I hope that makes sense. We try to be responsible for the other half, and that's why relationships in hell are based in fear. Think about that. When you are trying to control someone else, usually in that relationship, there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of conflict and control. Based on fear. Based on fear. If I don't do these things, somehow you won't love me. If I don't do those things, you will leave me. Those are control issues. Those are my control issues. Those are your control issues. So when we try to be responsible for someone else's response, that's when the drama starts. That's when the drama starts. Because that's really selfishness, not love. I love this quote. If you relinquish your control to satisfy me, I will have a temporary glimmer of hope about our relationship. Oh man, that's harsh stuff. He said that in this book. I think it's Mastery of Love. If you relinquish your control to satisfy me, I will give you a temporary glimmer of hope. How many times have we been in relationships like that? How many times, and not just intimate relationships or marriages or things like that, but any kind of relationship, a business relationship. If you give up control to me, I will give you a glimmer of hope that I will continue being in business with you. Think about that. How many times do we try to control the outcome? Another reason, I have to be responsible for you because whatever happens to you happens to me, and I don't want to hurt, so I'm controlling you so I get to avoid pain. Not your pain, my pain. That's one of the justifications we use. I have to be responsible because whatever happens to you is going to happen to me. How many times have you said that? Oh my God, I can't even remember. Well, whatever happens to you is going to happen to me. That's why you have to do it my way. A recipe for disaster. So, our next thing, in the track of love, when we're progressing down the track of love, I want you to think, how can I give more than I take in this relationship? Now, some people will say, I give and I give and I give until I can't give anymore. Have you been one of those? I probably have been in my life. I think I probably use those exact words. I give until I don't have anything more to give. The problem is, what's my motivation for doing that? Is it really giving, or is it giving to control the outcome of a situation? Is it giving to help someone, or is it giving to the idea that when I do this, for me there will be some sort of a benefit, there will be some sort of an upside? That's selfishness, that's not love. So let's take some steps about how we can go about doing this. First of all, become aware that everyone has their own paradigm and they have a right to dream what they want to dream without you creating a nightmare for them. And that control thing is the nightmare. Let a person have their dream. Let them live in it, let them express it, and do everything. Now, this is where I have to work at this. This is where I have to work with this. Do everything you can not to try to diminish someone else's dream. I have a habit of doing that. And I'll just tell you, with my poor husband, he'll say something, I'll be like, there's no way. And I'll turn and walk away. That's totally disregards his feelings for his dream. Now I've gotten to the point, I've totally changed this. I'm like, absolutely, you should do that. And I will sit at home while you do that, and I will support you lovingly while you go on that journey. And it doesn't mean I have to be active in what he's doing. He may want that, but that may be comfortable for me. But it's like, you should do this. If you want to go there, go there. If you want to do this, do that. Who am I to say don't do that? And same goes for me. You don't have to do the things that I don't or that I like to do. If you don't like to do them, do what you love. Let people do what they love, and that doesn't diminish what you have with someone else. In fact, it makes it stronger because, again, you're not two being one, you're both being creative and expressive. All right, second thing, communicate. Am I communicating from a love base or a fear-driven base? So make sure that we're not trying to manipulate someone else's dream. Make sure we're just loving them in their life. And it's not about just rationalizing or thinking about ideas. It's about actually taking action in what we're doing. It's one thing to contemplate principles. It's one thing to contemplate the things we learn. It's another thing to have dialogue with someone. But it's not until we actually participate and take the action of joining them on their journey or releasing them and let them take their own journey. That's the action we're talking about. I support you and love you on what you want to do. If it's not love-driven, if it is love-driven, I'll say this, if it is love-driven, you don't have to justify or explain anything. You just simply have to practice it. If it's driven from a place of love and you want to be there, not that you have to, you want to be engaged in that process and loving that person, then we just love them on their way. We love them in their journey. We don't have to practice being nice. We don't have to practice being loving. If you're love-driven, you don't have to justify or rationalize anything. It just unfolds. So to me, the key is taking the idea of I want to do something, I have to do something. No, I want to. I want to engage in loving you and supporting you. And that is the same in any type of relationship, family relationship, friendships relationships, anything, business relationships. I am loving you, I'm supporting you. We both succeed when we're both happy. We all succeed when we're coming from that place of love. We feel supported. We feel peace of mind. If you don't have that background noise of conflict and control, you feel much more liberated and free to express however you choose to express. So I want us to go through this day and go through this week thinking, I don't have to do something. I want to do this for you. I want to engage at that level. And so end your lesson. Have a great week.
And now that our service is complete, I invite you to join me in a closing prayer. And so as we close our eyes and just take a moment to marinate in what we just received, the inspiration, the truth, the enlightenment, whatever that was, just to be in the energy of spirit and wisdom and love. And so as I recognize that spirit is all there is, that one power, that presence, the source of all, that which lifts us up, that which guides us rightly, that which is the allness, the wholeness that is within all. I'm so grateful to recognize and acknowledge that I am an expression of all that Spirit is. And everyone, too, is an expression of all that God is. And so as I recognize that oneness that is everywhere present, I'm so grateful to know that as we complete this wonderful, wonderful service together, that something changed, a shift in consciousness, an epiphany, something that allowed us to live life in a way where we can see the power that we have to do whatever it is we choose to do, and knowing that the universe supports us every step of the way. And so with so much gratitude in my heart for all who have gathered here today, just knowing that everything is expanding for our greater good to be made manifest and lived into and realized as we acknowledge the Spirit, acknowledge the wholeness, acknowledge the divine that we are. And so knowing a beautiful week for everybody, I'm just grateful to see our lights are shining brightly from our hearts to all beings as we embrace all of life with an open and receptive heart. And so knowing in my heart that everything truly is unfolding in its right and perfect way, I release my word as law, knowing it is done, and so it is. Have a great week. Bye-bye.